You know, you didn't yesterday we watched like a reel of like Asmongold reacting to fucking my thumbnail, and he's like, who is this guy? But unfortunately, I don't hate black people enough, or minorities in general, to like be on his radar, unfortunately. Sad, bro. There's still time to what, to become a political streamer? Dude, I don't think I could become a political streamer because my political beliefs, I mean, listen man, I could not be a political streamer because my political beliefs, I would say I'm very controversial. I'm a very controversial human being in general. So, unfortunately, I feel like people wouldn't fuck with my political art. I think you're perfect for it. But the thing is, it's like, I don't know, man. The thing is, like, I feel like to grift aside for me is impossible because I personally think that the truth is between it's like two fences. The people will call it fence sitting. I agree with, like, the middleman opinion, which is, like, it could be good or bad from either side, you know what I mean? Do you remember the last time I got banned for 30 days, bro? Last time I got banned because I said something about a certain amount of people that deserve to be gone. And because of that, I got into trouble with Twitch. 30 days, by the way. I don't want to fuck with that again. I changed. Which, by the way, it still bothers me because it wasn't even as crazy as what I said. By the way, what I said wasn't that crazy. It was only like slightly crazy. But then, like, compared to every other person who, like, sits down here and, like, talks about politics, it wasn't even that bad. Compared to what people say on Twitch and TikTok, dude, it wasn't even that bad, bro. Dude, my ban was longer than the guy that went to TwitchCon and molested fucking Amaru. It's incredible, personally, incredible. Indians or Jews, like, dude, I don't hate either of all, bro. I know you guys want to say, actually, guys, I hate Indians. Like, but I don't hate people. In my eyes, bro, there's bad people no matter the culture, and there's good people no matter the culture. You made really nice. The thing is, listen, dude. Okay, dude, not political stuff, but philosophical stuff. But I believe, dude, in my eyes, before we get to the thing, I believe in my eyes that there's no such thing as good or bad people. There's good people who do bad things, and there's bad people who do good things. Right? I don't believe that every single person is just permanently evil. You know what I mean? I believe that people could do, for example, obviously, not defending Hitler by any means. But have you ever heard of the saying that says, even Hitler cared about Germany? You know what I mean? The way I believe in things is that people do things that they consider themselves righteous, even if things are bad or good. Like, I don't think people inherently, I think it is possible. I'm not saying Hitler was right. And nobody's saying, guys, don't put words in my mouth, bro. I didn't say Hitler was right, bro. I didn't say that. But I'm just saying, it's like, I believe that really bad people can do good things, and really good people can do bad things. And it's not because that means that, like, oh, now you're a bad person, now you're a good person. What it means is more like, there's no categories for people. People can do things that are either good or bad. It doesn't, like, I believe that the categorizing people into bad or good, all it does is separates people. You know what I mean? Twitch is listening? Yeah, but like, dude, shut up. I'm not. My point is like, I believe there could be good on every single person, but obviously it's rare. And obviously it's hard. I don't know, like, I don't believe every single person's inherently evil. And I feel like when you do that, the problem is that you start, the thing is, I don't know. I think we all need a little more forgiveness. I'm the biggest hypocrite when I say this, but I'm doing my best to forgive more. Dude, that's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, I don't know, dude. Call me the woker. Listen, dude. This is one thing that I always stand by, and I think this is like my political opinion on everything. Right? Is that I believe that everyone deserves a second chance, no matter how bad something they do. Obviously, if it's a crime, they go to jail, and that's it. You know, that's the end of that. But so everyone is just like, because there's people who, for example, I don't know, let's just say cheat on their girlfriends, right?
Stop talking about politics and sculling slop.
Like,
you're not Hassan, little bro.
People who cheat on their girlfriend, right? And people will make the fact that they cheat on their girlfriend like the entire thing forever, like, oh, this is all you are, you know what I mean? But you're allowed to reflect upon your actions and say, well, what I did was wrong, you know what I mean? There's always, like, there's always, I feel like there's something, I feel like people can change. You know what I mean? And to hold people on top of people can change no matter what, even if they're good or bad. You know what I mean? It all it takes is like changing. The problem is that people wouldn't give a chance to change.
Shut up and start scrolling, slop boy.
What are the middle of a mixtape? I don't care about those mixtapes. They didn't do anything bad, bro. They just made a bad game. Like, the only way I get them more I feel this. The thing is, like, a lot of kids, and I think it's a lot of people, like, for example, if you're like
The murderer with 49 prior arrests can improve.
Okay, but that's different, though, because that's just straight up a crime, dude. Like, you're going to jail for that. Like, that's not the same thing, you know what I mean? But for example, I'm giving you guys an example, right? For example, will you guys date a cheater? Yes or no? Question. Will you guys date, let's just say somebody likes you, they, let's just say they tell you, yeah, when I was a couple, like 3 years ago, I had a partner and I cheated. Most of you guys will say no, correct? And you will be right to say no, right? But what if this person has dedicated the last 3 years into changing like a person? What if this person has put the effort into changing for the better? What if this person's saw their mistake, and because they saw the mistake, they're actually trying to get better at them and become more like, would you consider that? Will you consider it? You know what I mean? Will you perhaps say, well, maybe, you know what I mean? Well, maybe it's not that bad, you know? It will be good for them, but I'm taking my risk. See, that's the thing. A lot of you guys will dismiss the people, but I believe, because I believe on my own change as a person. For example, if you compare me right now down 28, when I was 18, or when I was like 12, dude, I'm a completely different human being, dude. I used to hop on video games and just harass people for content. Like, I would just be like, ha, slower, you know what I mean? And now I'm just more laid down, more chill. I don't like getting into fights, you know? I don't like ruining people's days, you know what I mean? And because I understood that with time, you know, you get better, you know? With time, you become a better person. You know, I believe in the change, because if you don't believe in change, then we're just fucked, bro. You know what I mean? All it does is separate each other from human beings, when in reality, making mistakes is part of being a human. But the problem is, a lot of people who are young wouldn't understand this, because a lot of people who are young see as mistakes as like this life-defining thing that will hold you forever to the end of times. When in reality, is mistakes happen, things like situations happen, and because of that, you're allowed to move better. You're allowed to become better. Anyways, that's just me personally. But that's just as I get older, of course. Did you cheat? No, I didn't. Dude, I had like 3 girlfriends, bro. Anyways, back to watching slop. No, enough philosophical slop for me. You can also change for the worse. That's true. You can also be a worse person. There's people who taste evil and they become worse. You know what I mean? That's completely true. But I feel like if you don't give people benefit of the doubt, the problem is that you're gonna live yourself in an echo chamber. You know what I mean?
I can make a promise. I can make a plan. I can make a difference. I can take a stand. I can make an effort if I only understand that I can make a change. You can make it different. You can make it right. You can make it better. We don't have to fight. You can make an effort, starting with tonight.
It starts with sorry.